as you can all see, I'm getting everything ready for the mac and cheese now. Again, everything is in the description below. So right here we've got Red Leicester and we've got Mature Cheddar cheese, some plain flour and some butter, and then I'm going to get the milk in a sec. So if we just bring you here, what we're going to do, add about 2 tablespoons of butter. That's a lot. Add about 2 tablespoons of butter to the pan and let it melt, like so. Just let that melt down, and what you're going to do is you're going to create a roux as it melts. We're just going to get that all melted, keep it in the pan, get that melted down. Okay, so I had to move over to this side so that I could have some more room. So that's all melted down, and then what we want to do is add a tablespoon of plain flour, tablespoon and a half, a little bit more, like so. Once you've added your plain flour, keep it on a low heat and just begin to mix it very quickly, because as you can see, you're going to get what we call a roux, which is going to thicken up your cheese sauce basically. So right now it's almost like you're cooking the flour with the butter. Let me move that pimento out of the way. Yeah, you're almost cooking the flour along with the butter to create this roux, like that, okay? And then turn up the heat a little bit, and what we're going to do is add some milk. What you want to do is add, that's about 100 ml, 50 to 100 ml, but add it gradually. Again, I never measure. This is always eye level for me. But what you want to do to make sure it doesn't get lumpy, turn up the heat, put this to the side or your wooden spoon, and get a whisk. Now, not everyone will feel comfortable using a whisk in that pan, but I like no lumps. So just keep whisking that up like so. Whisk it on the high heat and you'll see that it's going to get thicker. So basically do this in a pan that you don't really care about, because for me, you can use a wooden spoon to get rid of the lumps, but this does it quicker, makes it really smooth, and yeah, as you can see, it's just coming together like that. And then once this has come together, you can basically take away the whisk. You don't really need to use it anymore. But look at that, no lumps, no nothing, and took what, few seconds. So once it's like that, get rid of the whisk for all you people that are going to say, oh my god, and then add some more milk. And for me, with the milk, it's just a gradual thing. You just keep adding it a little bit at a time, because you don't want your mixture to get too watery. You can even turn down the heat slightly, because right now it's a bit high. Put it on a medium heat, mix this up, and then it will keep getting thicker again and again. So all in all, in total, you should probably add, well actually I'm going to put the exact ingredients in the description below, but I end up using a pint of milk for this whole recipe usually. So you just add it gradually really, but we will see for certain in a sec. Okay, and I use 250 grams of macaroni, so based on that, turn it right down now, because as we can see, it's starting to catch a little bit at the bottom and you don't want it to burn. So just keep mixing it like that. And then also, because I've been scraping the bottom a little bit, there's a few lumps there, so what I'm going to do, get my whisk back in and just whisk that up again, to get those lumps out. And as you can see, we've got no lumps again. So if you start to see lumps, just get your whisk again and you'll be fine. This is a little bit too thick for a mac and cheese sauce, so again, more milk. and whisk it up like this. Literally, for me, there's not really an exact method to follow. I think as long as you make the roux exactly like that, then you keep on adding the milk until it's the consistency that's, you know, it's not too thick, not too thin, you know. Keep mixing it like this. Keep it on the heat. And then we're also going to season this as well. Now, because this consistency is quite good at the moment, I'm going to start melting my cheese first. Then if I need to, I will add some more milk into it. So we've got our cheddar cheese. This is exactly normally how I do it. So I'll chop up the pieces and then I'll like add some in, mix it, taste it. Add some in, mix it, taste it. This was, I think, 200 grams of cheese. So obviously I will do the calculations later and work it out for you exactly how it is. But just make sure that you chop your cheese into cubes and then melt it in there slowly. Or you could be using grated cheese already, so all you'll need to do is really follow the measurements really at that. And then just slowly melt it in. This bit's pretty satisfying, to be fair, because it's the one part when you're not rushing, you're just doing your thing, mixing it up. And then as it starts to melt as well, you want to add some Red Leicester. As you can see, there's not as much Red Leicester as there is Mature Cheddar, and that's because this is purely for a little bit of taste and colour. So for now, I'm just adding 4 cubes in there. Then we're going to mix it up again and just mix this until they're all melted. But whilst that's melting, I'm actually going to season this. So back at it again with the Jamaica Valley seasoning. We're going to add a little sprinkle in here. It'll probably end up being about a teaspoon, half a teaspoon. It's just a little bit. It adds a little bit of colour, adds a little bit of flavour as well, you know. So you want to add that in. You also want to add in some black pepper as well. And then some people like this and some people don't. Yeah. Oh, also add in some salt. Add in some salt. Sometimes obviously the cheese will have a lot of salt in there, but for this, remember, you're adding pasta to it, so you need to just make sure everything is seasoned well. There's one more thing that I like to add to my macaroni and cheese, and that is hot sauce. If you know, then you know. It just adds something. Like, if you like hot sauce, it doesn't make it spicy. To me, it just balances everything out. If you don't like hot sauce, you know, you can leave it out. Me personally, I like to add it in there. But yeah, as you can see, look, our nice seasoned sauce is starting to come together. And I can basically add the hot pepper sauce at any point. I might add it now. So we've got our hot pepper sauce. Incona is my fave. I use it on everything. Add about a tablespoon of that in there. It also gives it a nice colour as well. And then just mix that in like so. I know you're probably thinking, oh my gosh, that's a lot. It's not going to be spicy. Like, there's people in my family that don't like spice and they like this. So trust the process. And as I said, you can like not add it. You can leave it out if you want. Okay, so let this melt down and then we're going to add a bit of milk in. So our sauce is nearly there. I've just given it a taste and it tastes banging, but it needs more cheese. So I'm just going to add a few more cubes. Again, as I said, the exact measurements will be in the description, so don't worry. Obviously for now, just look and learn. Again, as my grandma would say. You can probably tell at this point that a lot that I learned from her, I practice now. So once this again has melted in, I'm going to add a little bit of milk, just because it's going to get slightly thicker. I don't want it to be too thick. And then I've already boiled my macaroni that's over here, and then we're going to add it to that, mix it up, top it with some grated what's it called again, mozzarella and mature cheddar. And the reason why I like to use both is because, you know, I like the little bit of stringiness as well, but I also like the taste. Adding the cheddar just gives it a bit more of a taste. Yeah. So yeah, just let this melt down, and then we're gonna add some milk. Listen, people, I just tried the mac and cheese sauce. Listen to me. This is the best one I've made, and I've not even put it on the macaroni yet or nothing. The flavors them are bad. This Jamaica Valley chicken seasoning, this is the one to add to it. It just works. And then remember, top it up with a little bit of milk, just so it's not too thick. Just so that it's not too thick. Mix it up like this. That's the consistency you want there. That's the consistency you want. And then think about it, that's gonna get poured on top of that macaroni, and then top with some more cheese. Brazy, absolutely brazy. So yeah, it takes about 20 minutes all in all, maybe even 15. Depends what you're doing. Right now, I'm making rice and peas, chicken, everything. So obviously, cooking time total for this is probably about 40 minutes, including the time to put it in the oven, okay? So now we need to mix this with our macaroni. So you can see my cooked macaroni there. Top tip, cook your macaroni and then put it in some cold water. So don't fully cook it, just like kind of like al dente, as they like to say, sorry. Put it in some cold water so that it stops the cooking process. And then obviously you can add your sauce. So everyone ready for this? Look at that. I mean, you may need a bigger pot other than this one because, you know, it should be fine. I'm just going to have to mix it slowly, but yeah, this is it. And you know what I would normally do, because I'm disgusting, this pot here with the sauce, yeah, that's definitely, get me a spoon, get me a little piece of bread. Yeah, mix this up. Oh my God, listen to that. Let me just be quiet so you can listen. Listen to that. Perfect. This is gonna be, yeah, this mac and cheese, I can already feel it in my bones, is gonna be nice. I can feel it. So what you want to do, once you've mixed it all in, get this into a oven-proof dish, Pyrex dish, whatever you got really. I think I'm gonna actually use a foil one because I bought one, and then top it with some cheese. Right guys, so I'm hoping that this is gonna be big enough, but obviously just use the right size thing in it. But I'm just gonna hope and pray that this fits. Come on, God, be on my side. Listen to me, God blesses me every day, you know, and he blesses you too. So I mean, as long as you just keep the faith and pray. And look at this, perfect. I will put the measurements of whatever this foil thing was, because yeah, this is legit. I had no, like, I kept thinking, oh my God, will it fit, will it not? And then yeah, perfect, absolutely perfect. Then what we're gonna do, we're gonna top it with a nice layer of cheese. Well, technically we're gonna double layer it because I like to keep it still like moist and juicy and all that. So we're gonna add mozzarella cheese first, and then a bit of mature cheddar on top of that. All right, so I'm low-key annoyed because I thought I had more mozzarella than this. So I mean, this might just be enough because I don't like to use too much mozzarella, but basically add a layer of mozzarella to the top. Okay, so a bit more than this so that it's covering everywhere. But obviously we've got more cheese, so don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, it's still going to be good. So once you've added your mozzarella, add some cheddar cheese to the top as well. And that we've got loads of, so I mean, go to your heart's content. You can add, like I said, add more mozzarella to it if you wish. You can even add a bit of Red Leicester for colour. Sometimes I do that when I'm making bigger macaroni cheeses for like functions and stuff like that, just so that it looks a bit pretty. But yeah, just add your cheese, and then you're going to put this in the oven, because what you basically want to do is melt the cheese on top and get it brown. So put it at about 180 to 200 and make sure you check on it, because you don't want the cheese to burn up and be looking all crispy. You want it to be looking golden and nice. So once it's golden, take it out, leave it to sit for about 15 minutes and then serve it up. So this in the oven until golden at 180 to 200. Should take about 15-20 minutes, maybe 20. And now our macaroni and cheese is finished. Who's ready to see it? Yum, yum, yum. Now, what I normally like to do is just let it sit in the oven and just get even more golden with it turned off, because I didn't want it to get too brown. So I'm even going to put this into the oven just to like stay warm whilst I do everything else, but the oven's turned off so it won't get any browner than this. But look at that, still hot, still boiling. And there you have it, my macaroni and cheese. Wait until we serve this up, it's going to be proper, it's going to be flavors. Okay, now which bit of the mac and cheese do you want? Should we cut that bit? Let's get a nice, oh, ooh. Now guys, I told you the mac and cheese is going to be something else. Let's get you, do you want a bit more? Let's put a bit more on there, why not? It's you guys. It's you guys. Now I just heated this up for a little bit in the oven. Now you get to see it in all its glory. Look at that. What I want to do is get you guys a bit closer so you can just see how delicious this looks. Yep, that's the mac and cheese we're talking about. Okay, let's get this on the plate. And then for our mac and cheese, how are we going to do this? And there we go. And there we have it, our mac and cheese. I feel like we need to readjust the chicken. Let's just adjust just like that. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so if you're watching this, then you've got to the end of your recipe of steamed veg, mac and cheese, roast chicken, gravy, all of that. You're basically a part of the Sunday dinner extravaganza. If you didn't know how it started, then you know, head to my Instagram. Everyone voted for Sunday dinner, so now you've got it. If you want to make it all, be sure to watch some of the videos on my channel and watch the mukbang at the end to see how it all came together. Hope you guys enjoy it and hope you love my content. Stay tuned for more videos and make sure you watch all these Sunday dinner videos so that you can make your own Sunday dinner at home. Love you guys.